Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, we're going to take a look at Surfing Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. And his ability description is that he clears a horizontal line of Tsums. And it's as simple as that. What will happen is Surfing Stitch will grab his surfboard and closes his sunglasses and then surfs across the screen. And the area where he's going to surf is going to be in the center section. So what you want to do is you just want to make sure that the center section has a lot of Tsums before you activate his ability. But before we get into more about his ability, let's take a look at his stats first. In order for you to activate Surfing Stitch's ability, you will need to clear a total of 16 copies of Surfing Stitch on the screen. His minimum score is 200 with a maximum score of 886. So really good minimum score, but not great for maximum score. So if you have Surfing Stitch, if all your Tsums are low levels, then Surfing Stitch is actually a really good Tsum to use. His minimum score is really high. Now, if you do want to get Surfing Stitch to skill level 6, you only need to get 29 copies of him. So relatively easy to get him to skill level 6, so keep that in mind when you are investing your coins or skill tickets into future Tsums. I don't necessarily think that Surfing Stitch is one you want to use your skill tickets on, although he is a good Tsum to have. I think there are better Tsums to invest your skill tickets on. Now, some of the strategies that I use when I'm using Surfing Stitch is make sure the center section where the blast radius is going to be, just make sure that there are no bubbles, and also make sure that there are a lot of Tsums in that area, because if you have any gaps or bubbles there, it's going to subtract to the chain. Then subtracting from the chain means less coins for you to earn. I also want to cover a side-by-side comparison from skill level 1 to 3. And the difference between skill level 1, 2, and 3 is the skill range. At skill level 1, you are going to have an extra small skill range, and skill level 2, the skill range is going to be small, and skill level 3, the skill range is going to be a medium. The skill range is referred to the thickness of the horizontal line. The higher the skill range, the thicker that's going to be. So you definitely want to strive for a higher skill level, especially if you want more coins, because the chain is going to be higher when you have that thicker band. So check out the difference between skill level 1, 2, and 3 on the blast radius. And also another thing to keep in mind is that's the only difference. There are some Tsums out there where if you level him up, it'll be easier to charge up, but that's not the case for Surfing Stitch. He is a relatively easy Tsum to use though, and is a good Tsum for beginners. So if you are relatively new to the game or don't really like to strategize at when to activate the skill, then Surfing Stitch is an okay one to have, and it's relatively easy. You don't have to think too much, just keep playing the game and make sure the Tsums fall down and then activate it. So if you are looking for a Tsum that's relatively easy to use, gets you a decent amount of coins, then Surfing Stitch is okay to get. And Surfing Stitch is going to be very useful for this month's Japan event / sports event, so definitely worth getting at least one copy of him if you already have Rugby Mickey. I wouldn't necessarily recommend using your skill tickets on Surfing Stitch. There are better Tsums to invest your coins in. So I do want to do a side-by-side comparison of his ability activated at the same time, so that way I can show you guys what that would look like. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So as a recap, Surfing Stitch's ability, his animation is he will pull down his glasses, grabs his surfboard, and then surfs through the center of the screen. So let me slow things down so we can see what's actually happening. So this is the blast radius that we're seeing here, that the bands do get bigger as you level up Surfing Stitch. The waves is always going to be at the same spot, that's just part of the animation, but the thickness of where it's going to clear does change. So at skill level 1, I did get a chain of 19, skill level 2, I got a chain of 21, and skill level 3, I got a chain of 25. So pretty good results for a skill level 1, 2, and 3 type of Tsum. Now let me fast forward this game to the very end because I do want to show you what my coin earnings were for these demos. Now keep in mind that these were my first attempts at the skill level. I probably only played Surfing Stitch like 4 times here at this point, maybe even just 3. So definitely haven't really perfected the skill yet, but just to show you guys what you could expect at skill level 1, I got 1,252 coins. At skill level 2, I got 1,444 coins, and at skill level 3, I got 1,758. So not necessarily the best for coins at skill level 1, 2, and 3, and I'm also playing with the 5-4 and coin boost on, so making it a little bit easier, and still really not hitting that 2,300 mark. So not viable, I would say, for skill level 3 and not even at skill level 4, to be honest with you, for Surfing Stitch. So I wouldn't say that he's necessarily a must-have Tsum, so save your coins for other Tsums like Wreck Me Mickey. So that's pretty much it for Surfing Stitch. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining. And if you would like to see more Tsum Tsum content just like this, then don't forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching.